Welcome to Audit Archive, where we run you through some of the most questionable and rather atrocious police encounters. Today, we're looking at a case where officers used an excessive amount of force during a traffic stop against two women despite them being restrained in handcuffs. On January 1st, 2023, a patrol unit belonging to the Toledo Police Department found itself at the scene of an automobile accident. While attending to the incident, the officers noticed a vehicle recklessly speeding through the area, blatantly disregarding the restrictions in place around the crash site. Without hesitation, the police officers embarked on a pursuit of the speeding vehicle, ultimately managing to intercept and pull it over. What transpired next is quite noteworthy. Officers Ashley Pluff and Adam Hobbs, upon approaching the stopped vehicle, made the decision to simultaneously open both doors. This action, which is not a standard procedure in routine traffic stops, significantly escalated the tension of the encounter.
Why are you opening the door like that?
You went through an accident scene and you just struck another car. Shut your mouth.
No, you shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth.
You shut your mouth.
120, it's going to be Henry John 6026. Turn the car off. Turn the car off.
You
Out.
went through an accident scene.
Step out.
And you just struck another car.
Get out of the car now. Get out of the car now.
Out. Out of the car.
The footage reveals that the officer's approach to the situation appears overly aggressive for a minor traffic violation, suggesting a discrepancy between the officer's response and the nature of the infraction. Moreover, the interaction between the officers and the vehicle's passenger is contentious. The passenger, Miss Kaylin Smart, is subjected to verbal confrontation from the officer, which seems unwarranted as she is not the driver and therefore not directly involved in the traffic violation. In light of precedents set by court rulings, such as in the United States v. New Gimsey case, it is incumbent upon law enforcement to follow stringent protocols regarding the opening of vehicle doors during traffic stops. Specifically, an officer is only authorized to open a car door and lean inside if there is probable cause or a reasonable suspicion that the driver may present a danger. Engaging in such actions without adequate cause can infringe upon the constitutional rights of the driver, specifically the Fourth Amendment, which states, "The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall issue, but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized." Additionally, passengers maintain certain protections during traffic stops, which include the right to withhold their identification in the absence of reasonable suspicion of criminal involvement, as well as the right to remain silent. These rights underscore the importance of police officers maintaining a standard of conduct that honors individual liberties and privacy. Watch now as the situation intensifies when the passenger asserts her non-involvement, prompting an unwarranted reaction from the officer.
Get out. Out. Out of the car.
Don't touch me. Man, get off me.
What the fuck is wrong?
Get off
man?
me.
First they get out of the car.
Get off me. Get off.
Put your hands behind your
This
back.
nigga touching me.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back now. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
The video clearly documents a flagrant violation of the passenger's rights. Despite her non-involvement in the traffic violation, she was unjustly drawn into the confrontation by Officer Hobbs. Evidenced by the vehicle's dash cam, it is apparent that Officer Hobbs, assisted by Officer Pluff, engaged in physical assault of the passenger. Furthermore, Officer Hobbs proceeded to strike the individual repeatedly, an excessive use of force intended to secure compliance. In such situations, it is imperative to consider the legal implications under 42 U.S.C.A. Section 1983, a federal statute that provides the right to pursue civil actions against anyone who, under the color of law, deprives another of their constitutional rights, including the right to be free from excessive force. This statute serves as a crucial mechanism for upholding constitutional protections and holding public officials accountable for their actions. It is under this statute that the conduct of the officers, particularly the use of force against a non-compliant individual, can be scrutinized for its legality and adherence to the rights guaranteed by the Constitution. What makes this a clear violation of this statute is that the passenger was compliant. For some context, on September 20th, 2021, the Minnesota Court of Appeals passed down its ruling on the case of State v. Robinson, a case in which the passenger, Robinson, was successful in suppressing evidence discovered after officers removed both the driver and Robinson during a routine traffic stop for speeding and began ransacking the vehicle without appropriate justification. The court, in upholding the suppression order, explained that while there are circumstances in which officers may search a vehicle when the driver has been stopped for speeding, there must be reasonable articulable suspicion of criminal activity to expand the scope of the traffic stop beyond the initial purpose of addressing the speeding infraction. In reaching its decision, the court further expounded that while passengers do not generally have the standing to challenge the search of a vehicle, they do have an interest in a vehicle being stopped. So, judging by this, assaulting the compliant passenger and subjecting her to excessive force not only violated her constitutional rights, but also contravened the precedent set by the Minnesota Court of Appeals. Anyway, observe closely now, as you will witness that upon becoming aware of the disturbance, the driver, Melvina Smith, exits to record the encounter with the officers on her phone, only to also become a target of assault.
Back the fuck up! Back up!
Get up! Back up now!
You have her on situation right now. Nah, don't even touch me. What you weird? I'm not even resisting you. Put your hands behind your back. Alright, let go. Put your hands behind your back. Stop! Pull you away. Stop turning around. Stop moving around. Cool.
I got people on the other side.
Cool.
Look, you got my hand right here.
Okay, I'm trying.
You lose all your shit. You about to lose.
That's fine.
You about to be.
That's fine.
You about to be worse than I am right now. Stop trying to come here around, bitch.
I'm not.
All right, then, like, go on.
Don't kick me.
Look at them. They're gonna take you down 2 at a time because they bitch. Hey, when I find
What?
the badge number, it's on the floor.
Let go of my hand.
Bro, it's on my mother. Guess what? This ain't your fight. Let me let you know that. This wasn't your fight. This wasn't your
In the incident captured on video, there is a discernible display of excessive force by the officer after the driver, already handcuffed and posing no apparent threat, is subjected to continued physical aggression. The officer's actions, involving swinging the driver and subsequently delivering punches once she is on the ground, fall outside the bounds of necessary force and could be interpreted as a dereliction of duty under Ohio Revised Code Section 2921.44. This state law mandates that law enforcement officers uphold certain obligations, and a failure to perform those duties, or acting in a way that is expressly forbidden, can be considered a criminal offense. The force used in this situation seems neither reasonable nor justified, particularly given the driver's subdued state, and thus could potentially be deemed reckless, a clear deviation from the duties and conduct expected of an officer. Long story short, the excessive use of force, especially against individuals who are already restrained and compliant, undermines the principles of fairness and proportionality that should guide police actions. We've witnessed two highly corrupt officers on what appears to be a massive ego trip.
Shut your mouth.
Make me shut up. I'm still about to talk. And I'm still about to talk. Yeah, bring me up. Go yeah, come on. This shit is going to keep me. Okay.
Fight me.
I'm on stage.
Fight me.
I'm on stage.
Get the f in the car.
I'm in my head. I'll bite you and you still in my head. I'll bite you and y'all.
Get the f in the car.
See how I am.
Bit me.
Want my mama see how I am? You want to show me?
In the car.
Wait till my grandfather finds out.
Sensibility?
Yes.
Sensibility.
Yes.
You want to talk about sensibility right now? You damn near just killed people.
How? You already had the scene
Okay.
closed off.
Stop.
So how am I killing? And how am I killing? You guys have this shit abruptly.
Okay. I'm gonna keep the air flow. Is that okay, sir?
I'm still about to talk. And I'm still about to talk. Yeah, prove me up. Do what you gotta do.
All this shit gotta go on TVD.
Get us another crew in command.
Yeah. All this shit. Let me go. What are you holding me right here for like this? You've been holding me like this for 30 seconds. Take me wherever you're taking me. Right, take me wherever you're taking me. Take me wherever you're taking me. Tell her to take me wherever. Sir, have some sensibility with yourself.
Stop.
Sensibility?
Yes.
Sensibility.
Yes.
You want to talk about sensibility right
Yes.
now? You
I
damn near
do.
just killed people?
How?
The other one's
You
in the back of
already
our
have
car.
the scene closed off. So how am I killing and am I
Stop.
hurting anyone? You guys have this shit abruptly.
She's not double locked yet. I haven't been able to lock them.
I got one.
Really? Because she was banging my head against the car.
Yeah, I sure the f was.
Because you have no other.
Because you had my hand. I don't know where my handcuff keys are.
Mine's in my right pocket.
Hey.
Post the most abusive alternative. This is what people don't need to have this job. Exactly. This is what people fear for their lives. And you hear me. I know you do, but I don't know if they do. They probably don't. They probably right there. Hurry up and do what the fuck you gotta do. It shouldn't take her that long to do that. I want you to help me.
Stop
moving.
Man, hurry the fuck up then. Do what you gotta do. What the fuck are you doing?
Trying to lock you.
Really?
Are you good?
She bit me. Get the f out of my thing. Put her in this car. Yeah. That's my car. I left my toes.
I was gonna say we have your toes.
Yeah.
All right.
Put her in Rex's car.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we're good to open you. Rex, are you cool if we put her in your car?
I gotta go back. My toes are there, okay. But when they start,
We have your tow reports.
The behavior of the officers, as depicted in the video at the time when reinforcements arrive, appears to be an attempt to frame the situation as more dangerous than it may have actually been, alleging that the car was putting lives at risk by almost killing people on what is shown to be an empty road at 3:30 a.m. This portrayal seems to be at odds with the observable reality. Additionally, the demeanor of the officers suggests a troubling level of self-assurance in their actions. This is particularly evident in the response from Officer Pluff, who, when confronted by the driver about the alleged use of excessive force, specifically the claim of having her head banged against her car, retorts with the "sure as hell did." This flippant acknowledgement, delivered in a dismissive tone, implies a sense of righteousness or even pride in the conduct that has been called into question. Conduct that could potentially be scrutinized under Ohio Revised Code Section 2921.44 for dereliction of duty. Such an attitude not only raises concerns about the use of force, but also about the officer's interpretation of their authority and their obligation to uphold the law with integrity and respect for the rights of individuals. Observe how the officers seem to reconstruct events in a narrative that appears inconsistent with reality, potentially to align incoming officers with their perspective in anticipation of possible scrutiny or investigation.
We'll let you know here in a minute. Stand off to the side now, okay?
Yes, sir.
if you guys need me to do a selfie or anything, let me know.
Okay.
I'll go back.
Are you good?
Punch me in the face.
I was
like
gonna say,
3 or 4
yeah,
times.
she landed.
This-
Sir, I'm gonna just ask you to step back.
Well, no,
They're
no,
not
yeah.
gonna listen at this point. We don't have any information.
Probably gonna need that.
That's, yeah.
Key points of consideration emerge from this scenario. Firstly, the nature of the arrest raises legal concerns. Without a specific federal or state law prohibiting driving through an active crash site, provided the vehicle in question was not involved in the accident, the officer's basis for arrest appears to lack legal standing. At most, the individuals could face accusations of reckless driving, for which citations or tickets would be the usual course of action, or undergo sobriety tests if there were suspicions of impairment. Secondly, the search of the vehicle that ensued is problematic, as it stems from what is deemed an unlawful arrest. Any evidence procured during this search could potentially be considered inadmissible in court. The exclusionary rule, which is designed to deter police misconduct by disallowing improperly obtained evidence, would likely render such findings unusable in legal proceedings. The officer's actions in this case seem to extend beyond the scope of their lawful authority and infringe upon the constitutional protections of the driver and passenger.
Hey, you gotta shut up. I know what you're saying. Y'all weird. Y'all. How much do y'all pay? Girl, I can look behind you though. I can still see. You think I can't see? I'm not offended by that at all. Perfect. You think you're doing something by being excessive. I'm so unfazed.
Literally
by that.
just walking
no,
you.
No, babe, you're bending.
Literally
my
just
wrist,
walking
fucking
you.
fag- What are you talking about? Fucking, ooh.
It's not
Shut
very
the-
nice.
You're not nice. Fuck y'all New Year, and I hope you're broke.
Okay.
Please. Happy New Year. Dick. Weird people.
I'm just doing my job. I'm just making sure.
Yeah, for sure. Weird ass issues.
Question, ma'am.
Both Smith and Smart faced several misdemeanor indictments. However, charges of assaulting an officer were not among them. The Toledo Police Department, following an inquiry led by Public Safety Director Brian Bird, concluded their internal investigation regarding Officer Adam Hobbs and Ashlyn Pluff. The findings resulted in disciplinary actions. Officer Hobbs was suspended for a total of 20 workdays, half of which are to be served without pay, and received a verbal reprimand for demeanor. Officer Pluff was handed down a one-day work suspension to be served fully paid, also with a probationary period set for 3 years. Be sure to check out our previous video where we cover another outrageous police encounter.